So, one thing we're doing this time is we're going back to like a bit of a decade in which I grew up, the '90s. But one thing that I need to say though is that this film came out in 1999, so it's kind of cheating. And I'm gonna say like this, I think I never saw this film growing up. This was a film that like when I would go like I one time went to my one of my best friend's house. He had this on VHS, so yeah. And this time we're looking at the film My Favorite Martian. Which is loosely based on the 1960s television series of the same name. So, what was this about? Well, the film was about like yes, a TV reporter who ends up becoming friends with a um a Martian who comes down to Earth, named who basically just a Martian, but to him he's Uncle Martin.
Is that anything different?
No, not really.
What time do you have? Speed.
Everything okay in there?
Zipper trouble.
And basically they can do a lot of shenanigans because like reporters are wanting to try to find him, and at the same time, so is basically the FBI and like spooky, shadowy, FBI agents all that. I hadn't repeat I just said never seen this film before. But I'm gonna say this. This reminds me of like say in a way classic Disney film. Like say like you ever seen like say the classic films like say like oh that darn cat.
Okay, where's the duck?
I beg your pardon?
I want my duck!
Your duck.
If you please.
I'm sorry, Gregory, I really don't know.
Where is that sneaking, miserable gutter snipe?
Or things of that nature. Well, this one has that mentality, except like it's formed like more modern era, in a way. Like in that like say yes, it has some goofy humor. I do find it funny that like yes, actor Wayne Knight, he is the voice of Zoot, Mart's sentient wisecracking metallic suit, and it does make me wonder: was Zoot, was he in the show, or was this just something that was added because well we need to differentiate the film from the show?
Whoa! If love is a crime, lock me up. I'm guilty. Look at her. A perfect size 6 and never been worn. Darling, don't speak. Just come to me. Oh, this is crazy. I'm a polymorph and you're a polyester. Yes, you're synthetic, but I like that in a girl.
Even though we have Ray Walston as he plays basically a never alien in a way. And I'm gonna say it, I kind of like this film. I thought like say yes, like for a film that came out in 1999, the effects for this film aren't too bad. Like when it comes to like see the moments in which Uncle Martin, like when he's in his Martian form and all that, I think that looks really good. But I gotta say the biggest moment when I thought, okay, the moment that gave me the biggest laugh is like say okay like the one of the main villains, Sean, like he's trying to get the Martian. One thing that happens is like say they shrink the car and then like they're driving through the the sewers. And what would you know it, they end up going through a toilet. And I know you're probably feeling like, say, okay, like, say, oh no, oh no. They decide to, like, make the car get bigger in this moment. I'm meant to say, when they drive that car through the house. And the wife is just so unbothered. It's like, say, oh great, he's out of here. Hooray! And all that. I honestly, I think the like say some moments like say okay, Lizzie, like she is like she's interested in um um Tim, but what had happened was that Tim had got knocked out, so like so Lizzie thinks like oh she had that Tim has interest in her and such, and I could say yes. Like, see, sometimes in films, especially from the '90s, they had the story element of the liar reveal. Like say, oh no, someone was telling a lie, but what ended up happening is eventually had to tell the truth. Well, in this case, like say, yeah, there's not much of a lie because the entire time, like he's trying to tell her, like say, hey, he's trying to tell everyone, like, hey, there's a Martian, and all that. What ends up happening though is like Lizzie did think that Tim was the one who kissed her and such. And at first, like, say, oh man, oh, it's kind of adorable. Come on. And eventually, what happens, like, like they have like a moment when they're at the TV station because Tim had been filming Uncle Martin when he was in his alien form and such. But I do find the moment in which like say okay, like they're able to get like they're able to get the ship back to its best size and such, and eventually they're able to get him out of there.
Excuse me, Arnold, Jean-Claude? Not working.
It's an empty suit.
Empty suit! Now you done it, grasshopper. Boxing? You should be boxing groceries. That tickles, you figure.
But Zoot says like see here, take this, eat this. And then she turns into a giant monster and all that. And she becomes a bit of a man-eater.
Did you do something with your hair?
Glad you noticed.
I'm gonna say it. I gotta. But we say like it seems like Wallace Shawn is having a lot of fun in this film. Like there's even a sequence like he's trying to make sure like say no, I'll get that alien, no, and such. What ends up happening though is it's like say aha, I got the gum from the alien, and it turns him into an alien.
I can learn more about them from your leftovers. Ah, it's brilliant. I can feel every molecule of my body starting to change. Ah, ah, oh no. Hold it! Don't move! No! Stop
the tranquilizer gun.
No, not that, you idiot!
Oh my gosh. This was, I'm gonna say it, I had fun with it. I know someone's gonna be telling me, like, say, yep, another one of those critics. And all that. But yeah, I kind of enjoyed this. I did kind of feel like, say, okay, yeah, this, like, the moment in which, like, Tim and, Martin are just saying goodbye, but eventually, like, just Martin comes back and such. Yeah. I thought this was a lot of fun, honestly. I had fun with this. If you're looking for it, though, if you want to watch it, though, this is actually on Disney Plus, which is kind of surprised me, but yes, I know this is a Disney film, but at the same time, there's a lot of jokes, like, things that follow this, like, say, wait, there's smoking in this film, but then again, this is back in the, still in the 90s, where, like, say, okay, like, they'll have smoking in their films still, because think about this, like, say, eventually Disney would go, like, say, nuh-uh, nuh-uh, like, yeah, they would have, him, like, Walt Disney smoke in, Saving Mr. Banks, and all. So, I thought this was, I kind of enjoyed this. It makes me feel like, I kind of want to watch more, classic Disney films, like, say, Flying Oddball.
Unidentified flying oddball, undeniably oddball. Popularity beyond recall, he's certifiably oddball.
He's a fighter. He's a lover.
No such thing.
He's a knight in astro armor.
Or something like that. So, see you next time.